Hello everyone, and welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we're going to walk through one of the most important parts of using VMware Workstation, creating virtual machines. If you've just installed VMware and opened it for the first time, you might notice that the screen looks a little empty. That's completely normal. Since you don't have any virtual machines created yet, VMware simply presents a few starting options. You can create a new virtual machine, open an existing one, or even connect to a remote ESG or vCenter server if you're working in an enterprise environment. Most of the time, you'll be creating your virtual machines from scratch. Let's begin with the typical VM creation method. When you click on Create a new virtual machine, the wizard opens and asks you about which method you would use to install the OS. We would select Typical. On the next screen, it is asking where you want to get your installation media from. You can use your computer's CD or DVD drive, attach an ISO file, or create the VM now and install the operating system later. For this demonstration, I'll select the ISO file option and browse to my Windows 11 ISO. Once the file is selected, VMware automatically detects the operating system. This helps VMware pre-configure the virtual machine with the appropriate settings. If VMware cannot identify the OS, it will prompt you to select it manually from a list. The next step is to name your virtual machine and choose where you want to save its files. After this, because we're installing Windows 11, VMware Workstation will require the VM to be encrypted and will automatically add a Trusted Platform Module, a TPM. Windows 11 cannot run without TPM 2.0, and VMware Workstation 17 makes this very simple by handling it during the creation process. In older versions, you had to manually encrypt the VM and add a TPM after creation. At this stage, VMware will ask whether you want to encrypt all the VM files or only the files required for Windows 11. You'll also need to create an encryption password. You can even allow the credential manager to save this password, so you won't need to enter it every time you power on the virtual machine. Next, you'll choose the size of the virtual hard disk. VMware recommends 64 GB for Windows 11, which is usually enough for standard use. Once you confirm your settings, VMware finishes the configuration and creates your virtual machine using the typical method. It's simple, quick, and perfect for general users. The VM is created now and ready for installing Windows 11. Click on the green arrow to start installing Windows. If you don't know how to install Windows 11, there is a detailed video on it. Watch it. After the installation is complete, it is now ready for use. Now let's move on to the custom VM creation method. The custom method gives you full control over every hardware and compatibility setting. This is ideal for advanced users, special operating systems, or situations where you want to fine-tune performance. Let us create another Windows 11 VM using this method. Click File and then New Virtual Machine, or right-click in the empty area of Library section and select New option. The screen is again presenting two methods for creating VM, this time choose Custom. When you choose the Custom Creation method, the first thing VMware asks is which hardware compatibility level you want. You can choose the version of VMware Workstation compatibility based on the environment you plan to use. Selecting the latest version usually provides the most features. Next, VMware asks again where you want to install the operating system from. Just like before, you can use a physical disk, an ISO file, or finish the setup without installation media. You'll then be prompted to select the guest operating system manually. Here, you choose Windows, Linux, or any other platform, and then pick the exact version. This step is important because it helps VMware optimize the VM's hardware settings. After that, you will name your virtual machine and choose where its files will be stored. Once this is done, VMware will guide you through a series of hardware configuration screens. You'll select how many processors and how many cores per processor you want to allocate. You can choose the amount of RAM, keeping an eye on the recommended minimum and maximum values. The custom method also lets you pick the network connection mode, whether you want bridge networking, NAT, host only, or no network at all. You will then choose the type of I/O controller and the type of virtual disk. You can create a new virtual disk, use an existing one, or even use a physical disk if needed. When creating a new disk, you can specify the disk size, choose whether to store the disk as a single file or split it into multiple files, and decide the location for the disk file. If your operating system requires a TPM, such as Windows 11, the custom method will also require you to enable encryption and create an encryption password. Unlike the typical method, where many of these settings are automated, the custom method gives you full control and lets you decide exactly how the VM should be set up. Once you've reviewed all settings and confirmed them, VMware completes the creation process and prepares your virtual machine. And that's it. If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next tutorial.